Most of us have never listened to God. Most of us have heard sermons, and whack sermons at that, right? We've seen church people, right? Church people can be the worst people in the world. Like they say one thing out of their mouth and do something totally different, like cuss you out, right? So you can't call him God. Like, yo, Deacon so-and-so don't remind me of God right now. Like this God, I thought it ain't match up. So we don't have a standard. That's why every adult person is responsible for learning it themselves. Because now when God speaks, you say, okay, I can go back. And that's what the Bible's for. A friend of mine calls the Bible basic instruction before leaving earth. It's the basics. But yo, God ain't stopped speaking since Revelation. There was no cars. There was no internet. There was nothing in Revelation that looks like today. So what are we going to do? We're just going to live off Revelation? No, we're not going to live off the book of Revelation. We're going to live off a life of revelation. God, reveal to me, what am I doing in this season? How do I make this that we doing better? You need a revelation. Y'all quiet. Y'all be talking a lot. Don't let me talk at all. Listen, come on.
I was going to go back to, because, you know, we made a joke about me with God and stuff like that, right? I actually heard God's voice before. Okay. Because I used to, growing up, my daddy, he struggled with drugs. And I used to just pray all the time. It was just one time he relapsed, so he stayed gone for he was embarrassed, so he stayed gone for almost 2 weeks. So I'm praying. And I heard it was like a calm voice, you know, it's like everything gonna be all right. And I knew that was God, you know what I'm saying? So I always have had a relationship with God. My problem was with the church, how I couldn't be a regular kid. You know what I'm saying? Because my daddy was a preacher. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody else can make mistakes. It was one time we all out hanging, and some boys was cussing. They was cussing and just doing it, and I was with them. But I was chilling.
Yeah, you the most guilty party there.
Yeah, I was chilling. I wasn't saying nothing. I knew people watching. But as soon as I get home, my mama, you was out there cussing with them boys? I'm like, no. So it just made me kind of.
Yeah, and Bolivar, y'all had that party line.
Yeah.
They can jump on that party line.
It just made me kind of bitter with the church. And it was like, you know, I ain't feeling that.
This is like the lowest I can go with it, but I'm just trying to keep it on a simple level. Have you ever had bad food from Walmart? Did you stop going to Walmart? It's that simple. It's about what you choose to eat. You know, I ain't going to get that no more. And sometimes people, you got to decide, I ain't eating what you feeding. But God, there is no other place designated for God to speak like a church. It's a designated place. For instance, if I was to name off 5 venues, we know what go on all 5 of those venues because they're dedicated. Like if we go on Broadway, we know what that place offers. We know what that place offers. We know, and a lot of times generationally, especially now with, you know, the pandemic and so forth and so on, men find it easier to walk away from the place where God really gonna speak. Bro, you gotta find some place to go hear from him, because you can't forget the guy who comforted you while you were in the midst of the worst day of your life. Now, how many other days were the worst and you had no voice because you didn't pray? Or you didn't, you know what I'm saying? That early childhood development that said pray, where'd you get that from? You got that from the church. Yeah. And that's, you know, my plight is not to fill up church. Like Demarco tell you, I'm not one sitting around collecting a whole bunch of offerings. I'm not doing a whole lot of y'all come to the altar. I'm not. I'm gonna give you the facts and you choose to do what you need to do from there. I'm gonna give you the raw. I'm gonna give you the truth. We butthurt over people, but God never did the damage. It's people. These are people issues. Now, if we lower our expectation of people, we can rise above what they give us. I don't choose to eat bad food. If I go to a restaurant and the food is bad, I ain't coming to that restaurant no more. I ain't gonna stop eating what I eat. Right. You say you love chicken? You the only man I know to say he loves. I love chicken. Did you hear that man earlier? That man said he loved. I mean, you said there was some real conviction, bro. I love chicken, bro. Bro, I was on that fast, but I was thinking about chicken. Like, do you see birds or something? Like, do you imagine wings with barbecue sauce on them or something? Yeah. This cat is addicted to chicken.
Love chicken.
You ain't stop eating chicken, and I know you done had some bad chicken. Fried too hard, too salty, seasoned salt. You ain't stop eating chicken? Yeah. Why? Because that's what you love. And when we fall in love with God, man, we learn to let people off the hook. Go ahead on. Even if it's your dad. Like, yo. Because here's the standard. I'm guilty of something too. But God ain't turned on me. Now, you asked about a powerful question. How do I know? Your boy just answered you. I was comforted by the voice. I was cool with the voice. Here's what I was a youth pastor for almost 15 years. Here's what I taught. When God speaks, he sounds like you. Why would that be? When you heard that voice saying it was going to be all right, it didn't sound like this. It's going to be all right. Man, it scared the hell out of you. It was you. It sounded like you. Why? Why would God put this spirit in us, speak to us? It sounds like him, but it's comfortable like it's us. Why? You trust you more than you trust anybody.
I'm done.
No, Doc. No. You trust you. I've seen enough podcasts. No. You trust you. I'm the leader. I'm in charge. You trust you.
That's an act.
No. You trust you. If I was to put you in a hot seat by yourself.
Talk to me. See
that? Right there. Talk to me. You trust you. So when God speaks, it sounds like you talking to yourself. But it don't sound like your words. It's next level. You can do this. Sound like you said that to yourself. But you just gave 10 reasons why you can't. It don't make sense that you would come along and say, I can't. I'm going to kill this. No, man, if God gave you a vision, God gave you something to do, when you get that confirmation, move on it. A lot of us talk ourselves out of the blessing or the connection with God.
And what is that when you do that?
Doubt, disbelief, not having enough word to support it. Listen, man, every man is born in sin. Every man. Sin is the one thing that works towards death. I'll show you. Genesis. Adam, in the day you eat of the tree, you should surely what? Y'all know? Die. Adam, the day you eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, you're going to die. If he doesn't eat of the tree, what does he not do? He doesn't die. It means he lives forever. So what does eating from the tree bring about? It brings about death. That was sin. Sin brings about death. So every one of us is born with a level of sin in us. Everybody guilty, right? Don't let nobody make you believe they without sin. All of us come into the world as a seed of Adam. We come in, that's in our DNA, right? Bro, doubt, disbelief, that's killing dreams. That's killing visions. One of my favorite speakers is this cat by the name of Dr. Miles Monroe. He said, do you know what the wealthiest place in the world is? If I was actually the wealthiest place in the world, what would you say it's at? Dubai?
Yeah, I maybe say Dubai.
Middle East? They got oil and money, right? No, the graveyard. Because men die with unfulfilled vision and unfulfilled dreams.